How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in another video, and another week of NFL football is upon us, so now it's time for the NFL Week 3 picks. So yeah, another week of football, so let's take a look at the picks for this week. So of course, last week with my picks, had a pretty rough week. Went 7-9 with my picks last week because there were so many upsets that happened. So my record for 2024-2025 now goes to 21-11. So yeah. Anyway, with all that said, let's hope for another strong week, and let's see how this week stacks up for the NFL. So, starting off this week, we have the Thursday night game. New York Jets, New England Patriots played up in New York. This is the Jets' home opener. Yeah, with Aaron Rodgers, I think with Aaron Rodgers under center now for the Jets, I think that rivalry is gonna turn in the Jets' favor. I think whatever stranglehold New England had on that rivalry is gonna be gone. But the Jets are going to have to bring their A game because the Patriots are a very hard team to face with Gerard Mayo. Because with Gerard Mayo, you actually got to bring your best and play hard to win. Like, the Patriots are going to be a hard team to beat. But yeah, I'm going to take the Jets in this one. I'm going to take the Jets by 4 over the Patriots. Next game, New York Giants, Cleveland Browns playing up in Cleveland. Yeah, I got the Browns in this one. Give me Cleveland by 3 over the Giants. Next game, Chicago Bears, Indianapolis Colts playing in Indianapolis. Indianapolis under a lot of scrutiny because they lost to a Green Bay Packers team last week that was starting Malik fucking Willis. And Chicago is under scrutiny because they're trying to kill Caleb Williams. Oh, look, Chicago killing another high-drafted QB in the draft. Where have we seen this shit before? So yeah, Chicago, Indy, someone's got to win, unfortunately. In this one, I got to say it's Indianapolis. I'm going to take Indy by 1 over Chicago. Next game, Houston Texans, Minnesota Vikings playing in Minnesota. Fun fact in this rivalry, every time the Texans and Vikings have played, the Vikings have won every single meeting up to this point. Minnesota is actually a perfect 5-0 against Houston. But I think that changes. I think Houston is going to give Minnesota their first loss of the season. And I think for the first time ever, I think the Houston Texans will finally beat the Minnesota Vikings in a game. And I think Houston does it convincingly. I'm not sold on Minnesota. I think Houston's going to have a bounce-back game from Chicago. I'm going to take Houston by 11 over Minnesota. Give me Houston by 11. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles, New Orleans Saints playing in New Orleans. Philadelphia coming off a pretty bad choke against the Falcons. Seriously, how the hell do you out-choke the Falcons? And New Orleans has looked pretty good so far, blowing out this Panthers. Okay, blowing out the Panthers isn't impressive. But hey, blowing out the Cowboys in Jerry World isn't pretty good. And I think the Saints have a good win. Will have another good game here. I have the Saints winning this game over the Eagles. I got the Saints by 2. And I think New Orleans will advance to 3-0 to start the season. Next game, Los Angeles Chargers, Pittsburgh Steelers playing in Pittsburgh. Justin Fields is still getting the start to the Steelers if Russell Wilson's not healthy. The Chargers have looked like a pretty good team so far. Like, both defenses, honestly, have looked solid so far. Like, the Steelers have been getting carried by defense. I think I'm going to go with the better offense here. If the Steelers are going to have any chance against the Chargers, the Steelers' offense has to step up to the plate. And I don't see that happening. I'm going to take the Chargers over the Steelers in this one. The Steelers' defense can only carry them so far. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one on the road. I got the Chargers by 7 over the Steelers. Next game, Denver Broncos, Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing in Tampa Bay. I got Tampa winning this game over Denver. Just Bo Nix has been pretty terrible so far. I think Bo Nix needs to be benched. But yeah, I think Tampa takes advantage of that. I think Tampa wins. I got Tampa Bay by 6 over Denver. And I have Tampa going to 3-0 to start the season. Next game, Green Bay Packers, Tennessee Titans playing in Tennessee. Malik Willis is still going to get the start for the Packers. Will Levis is still starting for the Titans. Yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay over this one, over Tennessee. Just Will Levis has been fucking awful all so far to start the season. And yeah, the Titans, like that, I think we all knew entering 2024, the Titans season would depend on if would be broken if would be decided on Will Levis if he stepped up or made him die. So far, it's made him die. Although it would be funny as hell if Tennessee beat the fucking Packers. It would be funny as hell if that happened, but I'd have my doubts. So yeah, give me Green Bay by 1 over Tennessee. Next game, Carolina Panthers, Las Vegas Raiders playing in Las Vegas. Bryce Young is benched for the Panthers. Andy Dalton starting for the Panthers. I feel like even with Andy Dalton starting, I don't think it's going to change anything for the Panthers. The Panthers are still a fucking mess of an organization. So I'm going to say the Raiders take advantage of that mess, and I think the Raiders get that win over the Panthers. I got the Raiders by 1 over the Panthers. So give me Las Vegas by 1. And I'll just say this, even though the Panthers are a mess, benching Bryce Young was the right move because they had to do something with Bryce Young with how he struggled so far. Because if they kept Bryce Young starting, they would have lost the locker room. But yeah, I think with Bryce Young getting benched, this 100% means that I think Bryce Young is definitely becoming a draft bust. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, he might be worse than Jamarcus Russell. That's how bad Bryce Young has been. Good God. Like, when you're getting even worse comparisons to Jamarcus Russell, then you really fucked up somewhere. So yeah, now, next game. Miami Dolphins, Seattle Seahawks playing in Seattle. Tua Tagovailoa is out for now. After that concussion he suffered on Thursday Night Football last week, which that was kind of a dumb way he got that concussion. It's like, why would he go head first into Damar Hamlin's chest? That was a dumbass move by Tua Tagovailoa. Like, you had the first down. Just slide down, damn it. But I'll be honest, I do agree with a lot of the experts. I think Tua should fucking retire. Because that's Tua's 4th fucking concussion in like the last 2-3 years. Like, Tua's gonna get himself fucking killed at this rate. If he keeps this shit up. Just like Tua 100% needs to retire. Like, it's not worth it at this point. Like, Tua needs to value his health and well-being more at this point. Because he's not gonna have a functioning brain if he keeps doing stupid shit like he did last Thursday. With him going headfirst into Damar Hamlin's chest. Plus the amount of money he just signed on his extension a couple months ago. Like, it's not worth it for Tua at this point to keep going in there and getting banged up. When Tua's head is made of glass. Like, Tua honestly should just hang it up. Like, Tua's got so much more to live for. Like, Tua, it's not worth it for him. But yeah, with Tua out, I believe Skylar Thompson goes in at QB. And let's be honest for the Dolphins. Without Tua in there, the Dolphins are fucked. So with Tua out, yeah, I think Seattle's got this game. Like, Seattle should not lose this game 100%. I have Seattle winning by 4 over the Dolphins. And I have Seattle going to 3-0 to start the season. So yeah, give me Seattle by 4 over Miami. Next game, Detroit Lions, Arizona Cardinals playing in Arizona. I think, fun fact, Detroit has not lost back-to-back games under Dan Campbell since 2022 when the Lions started 1-6. Since that 1-6 start in 2022, the Lions have not lost back-to-back games since. Like, ever since that 1-6 start 2 years ago, the Lions have every time the Lions have lost, they have always bounced back and won the following week, and usually it has not been a close game. Now, I think that trend continues. I think the Lions will bounce back, and I think they do win. Give me Detroit by 3 over Arizona. Next game, Baltimore Ravens, Dallas Cowboys playing in Dallas. Well, it's Dak against a legit good team. And the Ravens shouldn't play down to the Cowboys this week. And Baltimore has had Dallas's number so far in this Ravens-Cowboys rivalry. So, I'm going to say Dallas is going to win this game. I'm going to say Baltimore wins this game convincingly over Dallas. So, I'm going to say Baltimore. I'm going to take Baltimore over Dallas by 11. So, give me the Ravens by 11 points over Dallas in this one. And for our next game, it's time to prepare ourselves. Not for a tank bowl. No, a different bowl. Because we haven't had to do this one for a while, but it is time for our first injury bowl of the season. So this injury bowl takes place between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams playing up in SoFi. An injury bowl that will see the SoFi get completely invaded by 49ers fans. And of course, both teams are both banged up. Christian McCaffrey's out. Now Deebo Samuel out for the 49ers. George Kittle got a bit banged up. The Rams are also without Puka Nacua, and now they're without Cooper Kupp and Jonah Jackson, a bunch of other pieces. Like, the Rams are just banged up too, and the Niners are banged up. Both teams are banged up. But I feel like even despite both teams getting banged up, there's been one common thing in this rivalry, and that has been San Francisco on equal terms has had LA's number. And I think that trend continues. I think the 49ers win this game against the Rams. I got the 49ers by 1 point over the Rams. Give me San Fran by 1 over LA. Next game, we have our Sunday night game. Kansas City Chiefs, Atlanta Falcons playing in Atlanta. Yeah, I got the Chiefs in this one. Give me the Chiefs on the road by 6 over the Falcons. Kansas City by 6. I just got the Chiefs. Like, I can't pick against the Chiefs on Sunday night. So yeah, give me Kansas City. And next up, we have our Monday night doubleheader on week 3. So our first game in the Monday night doubleheader, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills playing up in Buffalo. Yeah, I got the Bills in this one. I think the Jags defense will keep it close because the Jags have always matched up pretty well against the Bills. But I think the Bills are just going to be a little too much for the Jags to handle. Give me Buffalo by 1 over Jacksonville. And in our next final game, for game 2 of the Monday night doubleheader, we have the Washington Commanders, Cincinnati Bengals playing in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got to win this game if they want to keep any hope of the playoffs alive. Because the whole theme has been is that if you start your season 0-3, your season's effectively over if you start 0-3. Because since 1980, only like 6 teams have made the playoffs after starting 0-3. Hasn't happened since, I believe, the 2018 Colts or Texans. One of those 2 teams. But yeah, anyway, Cincinnati needs to get a win here. Washington hasn't been that hot to start off, even despite winning against the Giants. But that Giants win was kind of surprising, considering the Giants scored 3 touchdowns in that game against Washington while allowing 0 touchdowns. And yet, the Giants derp reigns supreme by having Washington peg them to death with 7 field goals. God damn, at least the Commanders have a fucking kicker. But with Cincinnati, you're going to need more than a kicker to beat the Bengals. That's for sure. I have Cincinnati bouncing back, and I think Cincinnati gets their first win of the year. I'm going to take Cincinnati at home over Washington. Give me the Bengals by 2 over the Commanders. So I'll take Cincinnati on Monday night over Washington. But yeah, those are my NFL Week 3 picks. That's all I got to say. Hope everyone's a great day, and I'll see you all wherever I make next. I'm out.